Hello people! This series is going to be about how to make drum and bass music, and I'm going to show you from every little part of how to make the lovely fast beat sounds so you can make them in your bedroom and dance around like a crazy person. So it's going to be split into about 5 or 6 different videos. No, more than that, way more than that, because I'm going to do the mixing as well. So we're gonna start off with the beat, how to make a drum and bass beat, then move on to melodies and all the crazy other stuff, and after melodies, like bass lines, all that crazy stuff. And I'm actually going to show you how to make melodies, and I'm not going to do any theory, I'm just going to, well, I am going to do a little bit of theory, but really basic, simple stuff. So you guys can construct awesome melodies every time, and you can just bounce up and down on the scales, and I'll show you what that's all about in later videos. Okay, so the first thing we're going to get on with is making a beat. But before we can do that, we need to set the tempo, okay? Now, drum and bass music is at about, it always does that when I change the tempo. It's usually at about 170. Don't worry, it's my mouse is getting crazy and making you see the button of the whole world. So usually about 170, 180. I'm going to be doing this at 170 because I really like 170. It's my favourite BPM in the world. Not that anyone cares about it, but I really like it when I'm making drum and bass music, so I'm going to be keeping it there. Okay, so once you set that, I'm going to stop talking, and you can check out the step sequencer, and this is what this video is going to be about. It's going to be constructing your first drum and bass beat. So it doesn't matter what kind of stage you are, these kind of frameworks are essential to all kind of drum and bass music. No matter how crazy and awesome the people are, they will always use these frameworks, just kind of variate it massively depending on what they're doing, really. So I want to kind of do it so that it doesn't, you don't have to, you can just do it, like you don't have to download anything extra. But what I will do is I'm going to put a pack together for these videos so that you guys have a little kind of group of samples that you can download and use and create the same sort of sounds that I'm making for this video. So initially we're going to just use the packs that are found in the normal FL Studio bundle, which is a bit annoying because the sound isn't going to be great, but we need to get the framework sorted so then we can elaborate on that and build new kind of like beats and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go through the sounds. The first thing we're going to need is we've got our kick. This kick is actually reasonable. We're going to do a little bit of mixing to it, just so I can make it sound really punchy. And you know when it's like the kick sounds like everything's kind of revolving around the kick. I can teach you how to do that as well. So we're just going to leave that kick for now, and we're going to find a nice snare because I don't really like this snare. It's alright, but it's quite doesn't make me like love the world. So the moment we're looking for a kind of, you know the sound. It's proper drum and bassy sound. It's that kind of snare. It's kind of real, but it's not. I'll show you. This is what we have to do each time, by the way. You have to, all your drum samples, you want to be finding different samples each time. And there's no reason why you can't layer different sounds, which is what most people do, because a kick sound or a snare sound doesn't always sound that really sexy. So they're kind of playing on that and kind of making it sexy by sticking 4/3 together. It's not very elegant, but it sounds okay. I'll tell you what, let's do it with this just for now, and then we can edit it later. So we've got this, okay, which is a bit, you're probably thinking, what the fuck, but that's in the drum kit 7, and if you just pull that out, you remember I did from the videos earlier, you just pull it over and drag it in, really simple. So we're just going to start with the kick and the snare. Okay, this is what you're going to do. You do kick on the first note, and then on the first red note you do a snare, and then on this note, which is 1, 2, it's the third beat from that, you put that, as I'm really well explained, but you can see it, and then the snare on the first last beat. Okay, so you get this. Okay, what I'm going to do with that snare is I'm going to pull it down, I'm going to stick it with a clap. Okay, so I'm just layering the clap on top. What I'm actually going to do what I'm going to do is pull the clap down a little bit. And that's okay, it's not really that good, I mean, at the moment, because of the snare's not very good, and I hate doing it this way with limited kits. But I just want you guys to get the framework, and then I'm gonna put a kit together, and you guys can make a really nice sounding kick that just sounds solid and sexy. So just trust me with this one, okay? Okay, so we're looking for hats now, okay? That's the next thing. Once you got your kick and your snare, it's just all about the hi-hats. Okay, so I'm going to go for this one in the 7 kit again. That's quite a nice kit. Ooh, that's sexy. This is the nice kit. I'm going to go for hat CL07. Okay, and then on the 3rd beat of each of these, just click this, okay? So you get this. Okay, there's loads of little cheeky stuff that I'm going to teach you about the panning and the different reverbs and stuff with that. So just bear with me. This is essential. This is fundamental stuff. Okay. So we're going to use that one. I'm going to get into a different kit. It's good to just have loads of different sounds. I like that. If you can get some wicked different sounds and just play with it for a few hours, you'll make some really cool stuff. Okay, so the next thing you do is kick, 3 hats, and then the snare. So you'll get this. Okay, just trust me, that doesn't sound cool at the moment, but when you do the same thing over here, you can go down, you can scale up and down, it doesn't really matter, just do 3 in a row. There you go. Okay, oh god. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken out that 3rd one from earlier, and then I've done 1, 2, 3. In fact, I'm going to take that and take that out and just do that. Okay, so I'll just let you see that. See how the hats kind of they do it in 3s, and they bounce up and down. So it goes. Okay, and I'm actually going to put an extra hat on that because I think it needs 4 hats for that. So. Okay, and then just keep playing with it. Just keep adding on the spaces, adding the hi-hats. Okay, so that is the basic sort of ideas behind the kit. You can have a play with that. I don't like it. I hate it because the sound quality of the samples are standard, and that's not good. But I wanted to show you guys what the kind of feel is. So the basic concept is it's like a rock beat actually. It's just boom, which is like drum beat really. And it's just sped up, and then you've just got the hi-hats. Okay, and if you do the hi-hats in pairs of 3, just 3s, then you're going to be making very sexual sounds. Not really sexual, but kind of just great in general. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna quickly sample that for you. So if you want to use that as a loop and you cannot be bothered to like just even make that because you're like super lazy and stuff, I'm gonna put that in the description for you, and I'm gonna put a little pack together for this video so you guys can make your own drum and bass music. Okay, so I'm just gonna end the video now, and I'm gonna do the second part. We're gonna make a proper sounding beat, and we're gonna master and mix it a little bit so it's sounding like bouncy and all over the place and super awesome. Okay, so thanks for watching, and we'll move on to the next video.